A very good afternoon, everybody, and welcome here to John Locke Park in Callan for this intermediate All-Ireland Championship game between Kilkenny and Kildare. We start off with the Kilkenny team as they line out as per the official match programme. On goal is number 1, Sinead Farrell. She comes from the St. Lactans club. The full back line of number 2, Niamh Leahy from Emeralds. Roisin Phelan from Connacht is team captain, and she starts at full back, and completing the full back line is number 4, Ciara Murphy from Tullaroan. The half back line is Sarah Crowley from Mooncoin wearing number 5. At centre back we have Leanne Fennelly from Mullinavast. She's wearing number 6. And completing the half back line is Tiffy Fitzgerald from Young Ireland's in Gordon, number 7. In the middle of the field, Lorna Park, we have Laura Hegarty from Lisdowney wearing number 8, and number 9 is Ciara Phelan from the Dixborough club in the city. The half forward line, Eva Hines from Thomastown is wearing number 10. At centre forward, her teammate is Sarah Welsh, and completing the half forward line is Ciara O'Keefe from the Young Ireland's club in Goran. They are wearing number 12. Full forward line is Sophie O'Dwyer from James Stephens wearing number 13. Hannah Scott from James Stephens also is wearing number 14, and completing the Kilkenny lineup is Danielle Quigley from the O'Loughlin Gales club in Kilkenny City as well, wearing number 15. The Kildare team will line out completely differently to what the match programme said, but anyway, number 1 is Tanya Johnson on goal. Number 2 is Maria Doyle. Number 3 is Nicole Malcolmson, and number 4 is Ellen Morgan. The half back line, I should say, is Quillen Hallisey is number 5. At centre back is Emer Riley, and number 7 is Niamh Hegarty. In the middle of the field, wearing number 8, we have Anya Conway, and her playing partner is number 9, Aoife Steins. The half forward line, number 10 is Caoimhe Marr, number 11 is Siobhan Hurley, and number 12 is Leah Sutton. In the full forward line then, wearing 13 is Ciara Egan, number 14 is Emmy Quilty, and number 15 is Dervla Byrne. Of course, joining me on co-com and analysis as always, the duo that we have been with the last couple of weeks doing league and now the championship is Aine Fahey. Aine, apart from the mix-up with the team programmes, it's going to be a good afternoon. Sun is shining here, not too warm like we've had in previous weekends, and hopefully we're going to have a most enjoyable game here this afternoon. How do you see it going?
Yeah, certainly the temperatures have dropped considering, the last 2 outings we've had with the seniors and the intermediates. I suppose Kilkenny, coming off a defeat from Antrim last week, will really be wanting to kickstart their championship campaign with a good victory here against Kildare. I was just speaking to John Scott, the manager, before the match, and he says the girls are really fired up for this. He was like, even some girls, the younger girls, were really stepping up, telling him that they're going to be leaders today, which is a really good attitude to have as well. I would think that Kilkenny should comfortably win this, but knowing Kildare, they like to play away from home, and they do especially like to come down to Callan. And I remember in 2019 they came down here and they gave us a bit of a shock. Now thankfully we got the victory, but it was very hard work done by. A huge loss for Kilkenny today is going to be Aisling Curtis. She broke her arm against Antrim the last day, so she's going to be a massive loss for them there. But they have jigged things around a bit, and they have got a very solid half back line there with Sarah Crowley, Leanne Fennelly and Tiffy Fitz, all senior panellists. So John is going very strong here today, so I would be expecting a good victory.
Yeah, mixed fortunes, I suppose. Kilkenny and Kildare last weekend. Kilkenny on the back of a 4-point defeat against Antrim. Antrim would probably be one of the strong favourites in that, especially after getting to the final last year against Down. The two teams contested the league final a couple of weeks ago as well. So Antrim wouldn't be an overly bad team. On saying that, Kilkenny had the lead at half time going into the second half as well, and Antrim came back. John will probably want to have a good start, as the same as Kildare will want to come down here and set a marker as well, and put down footings for the start of it and get a good early start. So it should be an interesting battle first day.
Yeah, it should certainly be, and I suppose, as you said, Antrim will be one of the favourites for the competition. Very strong side. It's their first team, and I think a lot of people kind of forget that. And I feel like there's this kind of opinion that Kilkenny should be beating the teams from the north, but we have to remember, it was 2 north teams that were in an intermediate All-Ireland final last year. Down have been tipping away at intermediate level the last couple of years, and they've eventually got up to senior level. So a very, very strong strong Antrim team, and I know for myself going up there in 2019 we got out of there with a 1-point victory, and by God did we scrape that out of there. And you know, it was a huge task asking Kilkenny to go up to Antrim, especially with the sun beating down. But you know, they can hold their heads high. I believe the performance was good. They were just very unlucky, but I really feel like today they've some great players in this intermediate team, and you know, I really feel like they're going to stand up and be accounted for today. Eva Hines is getting her first start of the championship today at wing forward there, so she's certainly a player that the lads are going to be kind of looking out to stand up and be a leader. We've seen what she's capable of doing with Thomastown. She got player of the match in the senior county final last year, so she's going to be a huge asset to them as well, as is Sarah Walsh from the Thomastown club as well, in at centre forward. So you know, I'm sure Kilkenny they'll start the game, they'll start attacking, and I feel like if they do get a good start on this, they can power on.
Yeah, the backs in particular, we know that Kildare have some very good forwards there. They can really work on the Kilkenny backs, you know, go to town at them. The Kilkenny backs need to be on their game if they want to keep Kildare out. And more importantly, our match referee today, of course, is Alan Doheny from the county of Laois, giving away frees. And we know that Alan can be, you know, a bit particular on certain fouls, and especially again the backs as well. They need to be tight, not give Kildare too many chances, and Kildare could potentially open up a whole floodgate, you know, at the defence and get a couple of early scores that might unsettle the team.
They certainly can, and even just to have a quick look at Kildare, I think Siobhan Hurley has been a stalwart for Kildare for so many years, and she is definitely one of the playmakers for this Kildare team, and I feel like she's going to have to be watched massively. Interesting to see how herself and Leanne Fennelly will go. Two girls with massive experience there, so really experience is going to tell with that battle there as well. Leah Sutton from the Broadford club there, she'll be either taking up Sarah Crowley or Tiffy Fitz. You know, Leah scored 3 points from play last week in their defeat to Cork, and also they'll have to just keep an eye on Ciara Egan and Dervla Byrne as well from Clane and from the St. Lawrence's club. So Niamh Lahey and Ciara Murphy will really have to be on their toes and just really keep an eye out for those two players. You know, Kildare will be strong, especially with those four girls up in the forwards. Anya Conway will be chipping away there at midfield, and not to forget Niamh Hegarty from the Naas club there at number 7. These will be girls that will have to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, we're just going to pause for Aron Naveen here in John Locke Park in Callan. Well, it's great to have spectators here in the stand with us. A bit small though, the ticket allocation for today's match wasn't taken up. The senior game later on is sold out. Of course, we will have Kilkenny and Galway live later on the Camogie YouTube channel. We're going to keep concentrating on the game here at hand at the minute, and that is the Kildare and Kilkenny in the Intermediate All-Ireland Championship round 2 game actually. It is here in John Locke Park in Callan today, and of course today's stream being brought to you by the guys from Entry that usually do all of the Camogie matches, and we're delighted to have them on board with us this afternoon here in Callan. As we look at it, Kilkenny are playing from left to right down into the country end goal, and Kildare will attack the goal to our dressing room side up here to our left hand position in the commentary. And just having a look around for any positional changes or anything for the Kilkenny team on, and I don't see any, so it looks like that actually there is that no there's no
like
change.
We're starting out as we're looking. So CSB Kilkenny are going with 1 to 15. Have they started? There doesn't seem to be any positional changes either. So we're going with a good full forward line there of Sophia Dwyer, Hannah Scott and Danielle Quigley, who I'm sure will burn it up with her pace inside there today. And we're going to keep an eye on Kildare just as they're coming out here as well too, is just to see if they have any positional changes. But it looks like that they are going to line out as we called earlier on with the team. Of course,
Alan Doherty is being assisted today by Peter Dowd from County Meath over on the far side, and Jerry McGough from Dublin. Of course, Jerry is the main instigator of the Camogie Sevens above in the Kilmacud Crokes, and he's on duty here with us in Callan this afternoon. Alan Doherty is getting ready to get the match underway here. He's just making sure that the goalkeeper for Kildare just giving her an extra couple of seconds to get down onto the goal, and the game is on here as Ciara Phelan first off to the ball, taking a look around and sending a nice long ball down into the corner forward position. Sophie O'Dwyer tries to pick it up onto the hurl first time, puts it out the back door there to Sarah Welsh. Sarah Welsh having a look at the post. It's going to tail off, is it? Yes, it is, just to the left hand side of the post and wide, and a first wide for Kilkenny, but a good opportunity on your first day.
Certainly was a good opportunity and a good fast start to the game as well, and they're not taking too much out of the ball. Ciara Phelan got that ball, she got herself out of danger and delivered it straight into Sophie. Sophie knew someone was in the better position, so nice fast hurling in the first possession of the game.
Tanya Johnson getting play back underway here. It's down towards the middle of the field, batted away there by Ciara O'Keefe. Ciara Phelan is back on the ball again, fumbles it a small little bit, and Kildare will come away with it. A good hard tackle there, but Alan Doherty says that is a shoulder charge. Of course, there's no shoulder and still allowed in the game of Camogie. Is a bit unusual. Two of the players out there, Anya Conway and I think it was Laura Hegarty, that actually got tangled up. The two helmets seem to entwine with one another there, but girls are okay. We're back underway, and the Dervla Byrne is coming out here just outside the Kilkenny 65 metre line here. She's about 69 metres out from goal. A first chance to get a score on the board for Kildare, directly in front of our commentary position here in the stand. Taking a look around, it's not going to reach the goal, it's going to drop short and it's going to bounce in around the house, and it's dealt with there by the Kilkenny backs for a certain moment, but it's dropped there by Roisin Phelan. Back out here again to the Kildare players. That's in and that's over the bar, and that is Siobhan Hurley, I think it is. No, it's not actually, it's the number 14, that's Emma Quilty that actually got that point. So a very good score and a very good start there for the Kildare forwards, Anya.
Yeah, good score there for Emma Quilty. She herself and Siobhan Hurley looks to have done a positional change there, so Siobhan Hurley is in on the full forward line, so Roisin Phelan will have her hands full with her there today, but a good score from Kildare, as we see Ciara O'Keefe taking on the ball here.
Here comes Ciara O'Keefe bearing down on goal, taking a look. That's a very good score. Good individual score there by Ciara O'Keefe. Got possession just outside her own, or the Kildare 45 metre line on the run, and puts the ball in and over the bar, and the teams are level here in John Locke Park in Callan for the first time, as we have 1 point apiece, as Tanya Johnson getting ready to take the puck out here now and having a look around just to see who is available and who's not, and she's taking her time with it. So just having a look around, clock is on the screen here in front of us, 2.5 minutes gone, teams are level as Laura Hegarty races over to try and win that ball. It's actually Sarah Crowley is over there who sends the ball in long in here to Sophie O'Dwyer, doesn't work out, and Niamh Hegarty is going to tidy that one up, but a bad pass out as it comes here to Eva Hines, takes a look at the post without too much hesitation, puts it in and puts it over the bar. Another score there for Eva Hines. Poor clearance and punished there by the Thomastown player.
Yeah, excellent score there by Eva Hines. You know, she just got the ball into her hand, had one look up, and she knew that she had the distance for that ball to travel. Sophie O'Dwyer has been working hard there the last couple of minutes. She's really getting out in front. She's making herself get in front of her player and making sure that she's getting on the ball.
So Tanya having a look around again, not too much movement in front for the Kildare goalkeeper as she's getting ready to take it out. Good connection there with the hurl. You can hear the ping off the Wavan hurls that she's using there, but that's well won there by Laura Hegarty. On the attack here, has players outside her. That's Ciara O'Keefe looking for the ball, takes a little touch, hand passes it in here to Hannah Scott, who turns onto her left hand side. That's gone out to the left and wide for Kilkenny's second wide of the game here. Good play between the forwards, Anya, but disappointing result.
Yeah, disappointing result there. Good. The ball was won very well by Laura Hegarty there at midfield, and Ciara O'Keefe has started brightly as well, and Hannah will be disappointed with that, but at least she's showing that she's willing to take on the shot. Kilkenny they've started well, and I'm sure they're going to keep on producing. Yeah,
ball is sent out again here as Emma Quilty is up there fighting for it with Eva Hines. Eva Hines tries to get it at the second attempt there by Maria Doyle, as it will come here to Ciara Phelan, who sends a lovely ball in here into the space for Sarah Welsh to run onto it. Sarah won't get to it first. That is Nicole Malcolmson, but blocked down there by Sarah Welsh down around the corner forward position there, gets the ball back out here to Hannah Scott, who takes a look at the post, sends it in, and that's much better by the James Stevens player. That puts Kilkenny 3 points to 1 ahead, and good play again by Welsh and Hannah Scott in the forward line.
Certainly excellent work by Sarah, even though the ball had got ahead of her and she was beaten to it by the Kildare player. She didn't give up, she kept on hooking and blocking. She got a great block in there which forced the turnaround and Kilkenny getting the score from it. So excellent start by Kilkenny.
3 of the starting 6 forwards have now got their name on the scoreboard, and there's only 5 minutes gone here, so that's a good start as that ball is out over the sideline over there. Peter Dowd from Meath putting the flag up and giving the line ball over there to Kilkenny, and it looks like that Laura Hegarty is, after making her way over to the sideline there to take this line ball, having a look around to see if anyone is moving, decides that she's going to send it down into the corner forward position down there towards
Danielle Quigley.
Is it
Aoife
like was over there?
No, Danielle Quigley is over there, so that ball was just rebounded back out over Danielle's hurl there, so a sideline ball there to Kildare.
Danielle, of course, from the O'Loughlin Gales club in the city, as the number 6 is over there. That's Emer Riley is after making her way over to take this sideline ball over at the far side of the field, and good enough connection low along the ground though. Laura Hegarty picks it up onto the hurl. Good play there by the Lisdowney player, manages to get it here to Danielle Quigley. She has players outside her. Here comes Sarah Welsh. There's a couple of runners on. Welsh is taking a look around and sending it in here towards Hannah Scott. Will it go wide or will she keep it in play? No, she doesn't. Ball just trickles out over the end line. Good thinking there, but Sarah had a chance possibly to put the ball over the bar, put Kilkenny 4 points to 1 ahead, and didn't take the chance eventually.
Yeah, I feel like Kilkenny have this mentality that they want to kill this game off as soon as possible, but they're working really, really well. Laura Hegarty is working phenomenal there in midfield. She's really driving every time she gets the ball, and I feel like this is a newfound position for her at midfield, because we're so used to seeing her in a half back line.
Ball is out as it's fair game there by anyone, as 2 players was going up for it. Eva Hines has the ball on her, calling for hurl being held, sending it in there towards Hannah Scott. Hannah is going to have a race on here with Nicole Malcolmson. Will the ball stay in play? It will. Hannah tries to get the ball up. Good play there though by the full back from Kildare. She manages to clear the line and get it out here to the 45 metre line, as that is Niamh Hegarty who is on the ball, sending it up. A loose pass though. Spud Crowley, as she's known down in Mooncoin, manages to get it, scoops it ahead towards Laura Hegarty. Doesn't go to hand first time. Hegarty still on possession though. 2 Kildare players near her. Manages to get the ball back here to Leanne Fennelly. Good hand pass out here to Tiffy Fitzgerald. Of course, her sister Steffi is going to be lining out on the senior team later on, but that's a wayward shot, and that is 4 wides for Kilkenny. And it was good build-up play on you, but the execution not so good in the end.
Certainly was. The backs dealt with it very well. Spud starting up the tackle between Leanne and Laura, and disappointing for Tiffy. I feel like she didn't actually kind of turn and have a look, and maybe if there was a player in a better position inside, and disappointing into what was a good run of play.
Well, we have a break in play here at the moment as Emer Riley is down, getting some attention to herself. We've just a little over 7.5 minutes gone here in John Locke Park in Callan. As we said earlier, it's still very, very clammy out, but not near as hot as it has been in the last couple of weekends, so much better conditions for the players, and we will be waiting for the first water break. They still need to get their fluids in on them, but a good start overall on you here. Kilkenny 3 points to 1 ahead. Disappointing, I suppose, with 4 wides. Could have had a few more scores on the scoreboard, but I think John and the team will be happy overall for that start.
Yeah, I think they certainly will. And just to have a look around at the way Kildare, after setting up, they're after pulling a player out, which means Spud seems to be quite free at the moment, so she's probably going to play as the free player there, to herself and Leanne, between the 2 of them. They kind of look to be marking up there now, but if Spud is going to step back into that free roam position, she's going to relish that opportunity. She's got a great strike in the ball. She's well able to read the ball, to read the game as well. So, that should see some great deliveries into the forward line for Kilkenny. Yeah, as we look down on it, 7 players here on the half forward line, lining up across the 45 metre line. That's the Kilkenny 45 metre line, as we're just waiting for Emer just to do some running repairs to her boot, as Alan Doheny is after stopping the watch. He's still getting play underway and telling Tanya that she can go ahead now, and takes a short puck out here to Nicole Malcolmson, manages to get the ball back again, and she's sending the ball down and sending it high down towards Leanne Fennelly down there at that side, and Fennelly manages to bat it away. Doesn't come clean possession though to the Kilkenny player. Spud Crowley now has it, gives it to Laura Hegarty. Lovely little pass across here to Tiffy Fitzgerald. Tiffy is now going on the run. She's going down on the 45 metre line, has support there with her playing partner Ciara O'Keefe. Ciara sends the ball in and sends the ball over the bar for her second point. Good interplay
play there between the Young Ireland players, and the resulting point was very, very good.
Yeah, excellent, and excellent vision for Tiffy to be so aware that she was about to get hooked, so she didn't fully have a strike on the ball there. Great hand pass over to Ciara. Ciara started off so brightly, and we all know when Ciara O'Keefe starts off well, we're in for a real good day. So best of luck to the player that she's going to be marking, because Ciara O'Keefe looks to be on fire.
Well, Kildare looking to try and get something going here, but it's all Kilkenny in these first and almost 10 minutes, as Sophie O'Dwyer is fighting for it there. So too as Maria Doyle turns on her left hand side, but a wayward pass here to Tiffy Fitzgerald, who sends a lovely crossfield ball across there to Danielle Quigley. Lovely touch by Danielle Quigley. Here comes Ciara O'Keefe bearing down on goal. She has support with her, takes a shot, and it's in. The goalkeeper Tanya Johnson couldn't manage to keep the ball out. Ciara had support player in that form of Hannah Scott, took the shot on. Misfortunate for Tanya Johnson, but a good goal for Ciara nonetheless.
Yeah, great goal by Ciara, and we can just see when she starts to take off, she's got just great athleticism. Like, she's just such a fine athlete, and she's quite hard to catch when she gets going.
Well,
so
the Kildare players weren't getting near her.
There was three players that were chasing her, and an excellent finish there by her. So well done to Ciara.
And her teammate, of course, Tiffy Fitzgerald, having a very good game here, wing back, as Eva Hines manages to get that and sends it back there to Niamh Lahey, of course, from the Emeralds, sending it in towards that is Ciara O'Keefe. Here's Danielle Quigley, doesn't manage to get the ball up first time, but it'll squirm out here to Sarah Welch, who was fighting away there with Ellen Morgan over there. It will come here to Danielle Quigley, who was first to react to that breaking ball. Quigley is now on the run, heading for goal. She's past the 45, heading down towards the 20-metre line. Chinks around, takes a look and puts it in and over the bar. A good score there by the O'Loughlin Gales player. She managed to check her run, and a lovely score at the end.
Excellent, and as you said, she was first to react to that breaking ball there and took the player on. And you know, even though she seems to be getting away from the Kildare player, she still wasn't at her full throttle. So we're in for an exciting next 45 minutes for her.
Well, we are just coming up to a little after 11 minutes gone here. It is 1-5 to Kilkenny and 1 point to Kildare, as Spud Crowley was going forward with that ball. She was fouled according to match referee Alan Doheny, and just outside the 65-metre line on her own side will Sarah Crowley have a shot at goal. We know she can do it. We've seen her doing it in county finals, going back there towards the end of last year with her club Monkine. It won't reach the goal. It'll drop short in around the house there. Hannah Scott manages to pull on the first time. Will come here to Sophie O'Dwyer, who turns on a sixpence. Lovely score there by the James Stevens player to put the ball in and put it over the bar. Hannah Scott broke it down for her teammates, and another good play there by the forwards.
Yeah, excellent work there and good reaction there from Sophie. First time into the hand and straight over the bar, so excellent score from Kilkenny. But what a free from Sarah Crowley. You know, it just drops slightly short, maybe on the 14-yard line, but you know, that's the striking ability that she has.
Well, it shows well so far. 12 minutes gone. That's 5 at the start and 6 forwards for Kilkenny is after getting on the scoreboard. We haven't seen that. Sarah Welch is the only player to do that, but in fairness to Sarah, she's making an awful lot of scores here at the minute. As Sophie O'Dwyer gets that, that's not going to go towards goal. It's going to drop short, and Tanya Johnson plucks it out of the air and deals with it very, very well. Gets it over here towards Keelan Hallisey, who was on her own having a look at space and trying to get something going for Kildare. Not really working out for the team in all white as we look at it. Laura Hegarty over there battling away for us. Ciara Murphy pulling it along the ground. Will come here to Ciara Phelan, who gets a lovely touch away there to Sarah Crowley. Spud gives it back here to Ciara Phelan, and that's up there towards the corner forward position for Danielle Quigley to run onto it. She's in space. She has time to take on the defence. Good ball in there towards Sophie O'Dwyer. Doesn't go to hand first time. Good play there by Maria Doyle to disrupt the play there for the ball going in, but it'll come out here and it'll go out over the sideline there by Emer Riley, and it will be a line ball to Kilkenny just outside the Kildare 45-metre line. Again, good play, and Anya, it's been a feature so far in the first couple of minutes. The players for Kilkenny running off the shoulder, showing support, what we haven't seen in a couple of matches previously. Very good addition to the team so far.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know that they're all taking the right option as well. They're having that quick look up to see if there's a player in a better position. You know, Sophie and Danielle were just unfortunate in that situation, but they kept on putting the back under pressure, and they eventually forced the sideline ball.
Great sideline there by Tiffy Fitzgerald as she sends it in there. Hurl is played. Hannah Scott is fighting for it. Will she get there before Tanya Johnson? The answer is no. The Kildare goalkeeper was very quick to react there. Gets ball in hand and manages to clear the lines there for the Lily Whites as it'll come here towards the Kildare players up here towards the corner forward position. But it's good play there by Niamh Lahey to disrupt that and That was Tiffy Fitz actually that put a bad pass in here towards the Lily White girls who was sending it up. That's too long though. That's going to go out and out over the sideline for another line ball there to Kilkenny. Hit out there by Niamh Hegarty, and not too much going right for the Lily Whites at the minute. Anya, they are trying, but Kilkenny are dominant all over the field at the minute.
They certainly are, and it's like there's a wall after being put up there in our own half back line. There's nothing getting past them. Sarah Crowley, Leanne Fennelly and Tiffy Fitz are having a stormer of the game, as to our Niamh Lying, Ciara Murphy. They're first out to the ball, when they're needed. I know they've only probably had a touch each, but by God is that wall up.
What a great sideline there by Ciara Phelan. Tried to get it up to Sophie O'Dwyer. Sophie missed the pass, and will be a free out for a resulting free to the Lily Whites just inside their own 45 metre line, and choosing not to utilise the new rule on you, which they could have done so and taken it quickly. Good interception there by Niamh Leahy. That's definitely a foul. Yes, referee was playing an advantage for a chop down. No question about that whatsoever. The Lily White number 11, Siobhan Hurley, is arguing the decision with Alan Downey, but an easy one there for the match referee to decide that was going to be a free, and Spud Crowley is now going to take it, and she's sending it high down towards Danielle Quigley. It'll bypass Quigley, will it? No, it'll just bounce in front of her. She doesn't get it up first time. Can she scoop it ahead? She can. Lovely pass out here to Eva Hines. Advantage is coming. Referee playing it. Eva Hines, that's not going to go near the goal. Hannah Scott bounced down, and the referee Alan Downey, rightly so, had his hand up for the foul on Eva Hines, and it will be another chance for the Kilkenny forwards. That is Sophie O'Dwyer is going over there now to take that free. We're coming very close to the water break, I would say, just a little over 15 and a half minutes gone here in John Locke Park in Callan, and Sophie O'Dwyer from the James Stephens club, who has 1 point from play already. And a feature of this game, Anya, is all Kilkenny scores have come from play in the first half, so this is actually the first free and the first chance for Kilkenny to extend the lead out even further. Currently 1-6 to a point. It's a good distance out of the far sideline, maybe 6 or 7 metres in from the sideline. It's looking good from here, is it? No, just tailed off to the right hand side of the post and wide. Disappointing result for the James Stephens player, but she won't let that worry her too much, as Alan Downey does decide it's time for the water break, and we will stop the clocks here, of course. And a good start, 1-6 to a point. The goal coming from Ciara O'Keefe. Okay, maybe it was a bit lucky to get the goal. She took her chance very, very well, but Kilkenny really are dominant out there in the first 16, 17 minutes of the game.
They certainly are, and they're taking on their player. Everything that they're doing has been very, very ruthless. They're not taking too much out of the ball as well. They're having that quick look up. They're delivering it, because you can see that the Kilkenny forwards are just constantly moving inside, which is something that we want to see. So whatever the guys have been working on from the league coming towards the championship, it's obviously working, and this is obviously their game plan. So it's working really, really well.
And we can see that the work rate of all the players actually, compared to what it was in the league, is much better than what we've seen. So that's a real bonus for the Kilkenny team.
It certainly is, and I feel like they look a lot more settled compared to what they would have been looking in some of the league games. And I just have to say it again, that half back line, it's like they have the wall up. There's nothing going in there, but you can also see that Laura Hegarty and Ciara Phelan are working like a Trojan in midfield, and they're getting back and they're helping out. We see now Siobhan Hurley has moved back out to the centre forward position. There wasn't enough ball coming in there for her in the first 15 minutes, so she's going to try and come out, and she's going to make a little bit of havoc out there and try and deliver as much ball as she can into Emma Quilty, Dervla Byrne and Ciara Egan. Like, we know what Ciara Egan and Dervla Byrne can do in the two corners there for Kildare, so I'm sure that they will be trying to get that ball into them.
Yeah, well, Pat O'Neill is down here in front of us as Luke has the camera on him. Hopefully, Luke, you're not able to pick up exactly what's been said down there, because we can hear some of it from here, and it really shouldn't be going out live on stream, but that shows the passion that's in it between Pat O'Neill and the rest of the guys. As we just take a look at the other teams in the group, and Cork are leading Antrim currently by 2-6 to 2 points, so that's a good start there for the Lee-siders, as well as we will get underway here very shortly for the second quarter of this game. Kilkenny are leading by 1-6 to a point. The Kildare management really instilling it into their players how much that they need to start working for each other and trying to help each other and get a couple of scores on the scoreboard to try and settle the Kildare Lily Whites down, as Tanya Johnson getting ready to get us back underway, just waiting from the signal from Alan Doherty. There it is, and we are about to get quarter number 2 underway. Of course, the quarter just after 15 minutes for the water break, or maybe a little after us, depending on when the ball goes out of play. But Tanya Johnson taking the puck out here. Wind has slightly picked up, so she's playing against it at the minute as Tiffy Fitz goes up there with Eva Hines, and Tiffy trying to get it at the second attempt. Eva Hines trying to kick it along the ground there as well. We know that she does play a bit of football in Thomastown, and the skills coming to fruition there. Good play there by Niamh Leahy as she plays the hurl, which is still allowed here in Camogie. It's not allowed, of course, in GAA, but good play there by Aoife Steins, managing to switch the ball across over there towards Spud Crowley and Ciara Egan. And Spud is going to win that battle, and she's going away with it, not known for her pace, but she's going through on goal and taking a shot. She's not happy with it. We knew from the minute she hit it, she was after saying a little expletive on the way through, and that has just tailed off to the right of the post and wide, and that is Kilkenny's 6th wide of the game. But good play there by Spud. We knew she was after missing it, but it would have been a great score if I had to go over.
Absolutely, and great to see her just taking the ball on and driving right through. You know, she won the battle, and she decided to just take it on herself. And you know, that's what we want to see our half back lines, because Camogie and Hurling is becoming such a game that our half back lines are being introduced into the scoreboard.
And Niamh Leahy doesn't win that battle this time, as she manages to push Dervla Byrne in the back. Says referee Alan Doherty, an easy one there for the match official from County Laois, as Jerry McGough is out telling Leah Sutton where to place the free, and she is picking up the bit of grass just to see the wind direction. And this is Kildare's first real chance at goal in a very long time here in Callan in this Intermediate All-Ireland Championship game, round 2. As she's sending it in, it has the distance, has it? No, it's in the goal! It bounced down the defence, the whole lot, pulled on it. It wasn't dealt with very, very well, and we can only put that down as a Leah Sutton goal. It might have been lucky at the far side, but that was certainly lucky that time, Anya.
Certainly was, and kind of like a typical Camogie goal when we look at it. And you know, the defence just looked like they were a bit confused inside there, and it was down to the dropping ball. So it's up to Kilkenny now to see how they can actually turn around and what their reply is going to be. As you see, Eva Hines is hitting that ball over and just dropping it into Tanya Johnson's hand here, as we see Kildare now will go on the attack again, and we have Ellen Morgan on the ball, and she passes that ball out to Keelan Hallisey.
Yeah, if Kildare ever needed a boost, that was certainly it. There is AstroTurf squares here in John Locke Park in Callan, so maybe the ball took a wicked bounce off the AstroTurf and in the goal, but one way or another, it's a defensive frailty that we have known to come from the league, and it has proved it here again in this championship matches. Kilkenny through Leanne Fennelly getting the ball up there towards Danielle Quigley. She manages to get it off to Ciara O'Keefe, is running in support. Will she hand pass it across? Great pass across here will come to Hannah Scott first. Hannah has the ball in hand, takes a look, puts it in and puts it over the bar. Good play again there by the forwards. That's the 2nd point for Hannah Scott, and a good reaction to that goal, Anya.
Certainly was, great response there, and you can see the forwards. Danielle Quigley took the ball on, seeing the better option, hand passed it into to Hannah Scott, who literally had to do a little bit of a duck and twirl there to pop that ball over the bar. So a good response there for Kilkenny.
Yeah, quick feet. We've seen it in the Rugby Sevens earlier on this morning, if anyone was watching it as well at the Olympics, and good play there by Hannah. She managed to have quick footwork to get that ball and put it over the bar, as ball is sent out by Tanya Johnson over the far sideline over there to Sarah Crowley. Manages to evade 3 tackles. They're looking for a sideline ball or steps, but it's not being given anyway, as Sarah Welsh is fighting over there with Keelan Hallisey, and Ciara O'Keefe is running for the ball. The number, is that the number?
Yeah,
is
Siobhan Hurley's after coming back into her own half back line there to try and help out her defence and clearing that ball. You see Tiffy Fitz there striking that ball up towards Danielle Quigley.
Yeah, that was good play there and a good switch of it. It might work here with Ciara O'Keefe as she manages to evade a couple of tackles as well. Takes an extra touch on the hurl. That's a good touch, because that's going to put her in and put it over the bar. The Young Ireland's player is really on form here in the first half. 1-3 from play, and Kilkenny are now leading 1-8 to 1-1.
Excellent score there by Ciara O'Keefe, and is probably one of the younger players on the panel. You know, just coming up from minor last year, she's really shown her leadership skills. And as you said, 1-3 from play here in the first probably 20 minutes. Excellent turnover for her.
And her playing partner from Gordon is having an excellent game here, wing back, as Sarah Welsh decides to put that pass across there to Eva Hines. Will she give it back to her? Eva has a chance to get it out here to Sophie O'Dwyer. Good interplay there between the two forwards, and Sophie O'Dwyer puts the ball in and puts it over the bar, and continues Kilkenny's streak at the moment. That's 1-9, and all 1-9 has come from play.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant, and I feel like, you know, that goal going in, what Kilkenny have actually responded to it. They're after knocking over the last 3 scores there, which is absolutely phenomenal. Before, we're kind of used to maybe if a score like that goes in, the head's kind of dropping, but certainly not. The leaders are standing up here, and it's not necessarily, as I mentioned before, all the older girls. The younger girls are stepping up to the fore here.
Now here's a chance for Kildare as the ball is with Emer Riley, who has come all the way up here to the half forward line. As Ciara Morgan is over there running for that ball along with Sarah Crowley. That's a stupid free by Sarah Crowley. We said that with referee Alan Doherty. Ciara was really going nowhere. She was on the sideline. Spud comes in, pushes her in the back, and an easy free now for Kildare.
And we don't want to be giving Kildare the opportunity to come back into this game. Like, you know, we've seen what that goal has done. You know, it kind of gave them a bit of hope there as well, and that looks to be a good score there by Siobhan Hurley right over on the edge. Not the easiest of angles, but certainly a good score for Kildare.
Yeah, well, when I said it was easy, it was right over on the sideline. That's an excellent score there by Siobhan Hurley. Splits the post with that and reduces Kilkenny's lead 1-9 to 1-2 now as Sinead Farrell manages to get that ball up here towards Sarah Welsh. Hasn't got on the score sheet as of yet, but she's making an awful lot of scores as ball is kicked away there by the Lily White. Number 9, that's Aoife Steins, manages to get it across here to Caoimhe Maher, who pulls along the ground and tries to get it here to Siobhan Hurley. Got that lovely score a minute ago, puts the ball out the back door there again to Caoimhe Maher, who sends it to Emer Riley. She has support there with Leah Sutton, who is now on the ball. Good play there by Tiffy Fitz, managed to get a block in as it'll come here towards Leanne Fenley. Two Kildare players over there fighting with Fenley. It'll be pulled away there by Niamh Lahey from Emeralds, who manages to get it at the second attempt. She has support if she needs it, and she has it here with Leanne Fenley, who doesn't get away, is fouled on the way out, and there will be a free to Kilkenny as Fenley does take it out of her hand and utilises the new rule. As you can see, that was well done there by Leanne Fenley. Danielle Quigley wasn't awake to that ball coming in, but she manages to get it the second time. Good play there, tenacious play by the O'Loughlin Gales player, and she manages to win a free. And we will now have a yellow card, I think, by the referee Alan Doherty on Aoife Steins. He has indicated that there was persistent fouling, or maybe he's just telling the player that she's now being ticked for persistent fouling, and the next time it will be so. That seemed to be what he was doing. There was no card brandished there by the referee, so that's a ticking there for the Kildare midfielder as Sophie O'Dwyer puts that free in and puts it over the bar. That is Sophie O'Dwyer's third point of the afternoon, and it's Kilkenny's first point of a free. All the rest has come from play.
Yeah, which is a great turnover to see, and you know, that's down to the work rate that Kilkenny forwards and through that the whole team are doing. You know, I think Kildare, after dropping back Aoife Steins spare player, you know, so Kilkenny will have to kind of restructure themselves there, and if they want to kind of get around there, because you know the second 15, like Kildare do seem to be kind of getting to grasp of this game.
And there's lots of space, as we can see. Danielle Quigley is bearing through on goal here. She has support with Ciara O'Keefe. That's good play there though by Nicole Malcolmson. She read that one very, very well and snuffed that goal chance out, and she now has Kildare going on the attack again over there towards Ciara Morgan. Great play there by the two players, Leanne Fenley and Morgan, but the ball makes its way there to Sarah Crowley, who sends a lovely ball here to Tiffy Fitz and scoops it along here to Sophie O'Dwyer. Bounces past Sophie. She'll try and get to it, so will Aoife Hines, but Aoife Steins is there for Kildare as well. Can she clear her lines? Takes a little touch on the hurl and puts a lovely ball out here, but it skews a small little bit. Read there by Tiffy Fitz, and it'll come here now to Ciara Phelan, who is after coming up from midfield. Will it curl? It hits the top of the post down and it goes over. That's a great score there by the Dixborough midfielder, and what a way to get your opening score.
Yeah, excellent score there by Ciara Phelan. Just kept her eye on the ball when it was coming out there the whole time. Great vision by Tiffy Fitz. You know, grab that ball well, hand pass it up to Ciara, and an excellent score for Kilkenny. And they really are producing form today, which is great to see.
And we've said it that even though Ciara is very young as well, so is Tiffy, and Tiffy's having an excellent game here. Wing back as Leanne Fenley puts up her hands to try and get Kilkenny going again. Evades the first tackle and puts the ball into space, which Kilkenny seems to be doing an awful lot here. Try and get Kilkenny forwards into the play here. That's crossfield there by Sophie O'Dwyer. It doesn't work out. The intentions was good. We knew what she was trying at execution. Not so good. Ciara Phelan now on the ball. She passes it down here to Sarah Welsh. Sarah now has a chance to get her own score, but she doesn't. She puts the ball across into Aoife Hines, her playing partner from Thomastown. Back out here to Sophie O'Dwyer. Excellent 1-2-3 by the Kilkenny forwards. Sophie in a much better position, got it out, and another good score by the James Stevens girl.
Yeah, and it's great to see this. The girls, they're not playing as individuals, they're playing as a team. They're always keeping their eye up just to see if there's a player in a better position, and we've said this from the get-go, and it's great to see, and we're producing some excellent reams of play here, and excellent scores as well coming from
You feel sorry for poor Sarah. She hasn't her name on the scoreboard, but by God, is she making an awful lot of plays there for the rest of the forwards.
She certainly is, and she's getting in there, the hooks and block. You could probably say that, I'd say maybe 5-6 of the scores that Kilkenny are after coming for getting, that she's after being in the middle of, and maybe if it's still
has a hand in something.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, so she's working really hard there, and that's what you want a centre forward to be doing.
Well, Kildare now on the attack here, but Kilkenny defence are standing firm that time as Leanne Fennelly manages to get a hurl in and disrupt that passage of play as Laura Hegarty is sending a long one down here towards Hannah Scott. That's beautiful stick work there by the James Stevens player. Evades 2 tackles. She's now going through on goal, hits it into the ground, but the Kildare number 2, Maria Doyle, managed to get her composure back and put in a good block and put the ball out for the first 45 of the game here in Callan. But you know, Hannah could have potentially put the ball over the bar, took her score. She wanted to get another goal potentially for Kilkenny, put her ahead, but as the saying always goes, if you take your points, the goals will come later.
Certainly will, but I suppose, like, from a full forwards point of view, you probably aren't there for one thing and one thing only, and that's to get goals. You know, she probably just saw that it was open in front of her, and you know, probably wasn't expecting to be nearly 3v1 if you wanted to count the goalie as well. But what a touch from outside to get that ball and gain control as well. Took the little side step inside. She was just unfortunate that the block came in.
Well, Sophie O'Dwyer managing to put that 45 over the bar. That's her second free, as it is, of the afternoon, and her 5th point in total, and it extends Kilkenny's lead out 113 to 1-2 as we have just almost 28 minutes gone here in the first half, and after that water break it was 1-6 to a point, so it's good scoring there by the Kilkenny players, and Kildare with that small mini comeback with that goal that the hurlers dropped there, and an overcarrying as well there by Eamon Riley. He could have picked any one of the 2 fouls because he can't drop the hurl anymore either, even though the Kildare management is given out, but the referee was spot on in his interpretation of that rule. She did drop the hurl to hand past the ball, and Sophie O'Dwyer is coming out here now to the 65 metre line. It is the Kilkenny's own 65 metre line as Jerry McGough is having a look, and he's smiling. He's happy down there anyway, enjoying this intermediate championship game. Of course, as we said earlier, Jerry big into the Camogie Sevens up in the Kilmacud Crokes, one of the organisers. Disappointing we can't get there, but that's certainly not disappointing. That's straight over the black spot, and another massive score there for Sophie O'Dwyer, her 6th point of the afternoon, and it extends Kilkenny's lead out even further.
Yeah, fantastic score there for Sophie. I didn't know if she'd have the distance in it, but my God, what a strike that was, and an excellent score for her, and all down to the work rate in the backs in the defence here, and everyone's working so hard, and it's great to see Kilkenny, like, they really have come alive here.
That is a fantastic catch over there by Ciara Egan it was, but she doesn't get the pass away properly as it comes to Ciara. A lovely flick there by Ciara Phelan, manages to get the ball there to Sarah Welch. That's a good ball into space here to Hannah Scott. She turns on her left without looking at the post, instinctively knew where it was. That's much better from Hannah Scott. We know she can do it. What a fantastic score.
Yeah, absolutely great score there. One ball into the hand, quick look over the shoulder and straight over the bar, but excellent again from Sarah Welch. She set up that, you know, put the ball into space, and she was just running on it, so great to see.
That's been a fantastic feature that we've seen. We can see is that there's only 2 really in the full forward line. There's acres of room and acres of space there to get that ball into it, and Kilkenny are utilising that, as the Kilkenny management was shouting to attack the ball there, but it was won by Siobhan Hurley. She has a point to her name on the scoreboard already, and only for the goal from Leah Sutton and Emmy Quilty, there hasn't been really much more for Kildare to talk about in the first half, as that is Danielle Quigley who's been fouled. Referee has his hand out for the advantage. Ciara O'Keefe is there to lend the support, but that's not coming. There was a foul coming. Good advantage there by Alan Doheney, the match referee, and something has been said by Eamon Riley there as he's saying that's 1, 2, 3 fouls there now, and the next time he has given the little sign that it will be a yellow card to the Kildare centre-back. So that's the midfielder and the centre-back who are now on warnings by the match referee, Alan Doheney from the county of Laois. And Sophie O'Dwyer has a chance running over there to get the ball off Peter Dowd, the linesman over on the far sideline. He's the standby referee here this afternoon as well. Nice day for a journey down from County Meath as well to Callan, as Peter has frequently been a visitor here, as we're just waiting for Sophie O'Dwyer to put this ball potentially over the bar. We can see what she's going to do with it. It's in. It's looking good. The umpires have said no. They had a small brief consultation at the back of the goal and have decided that the ball has gone wide. 7 wides now for Kilkenny, no wides for Kildare, and match referee Alan Doherty has called for the ball. It is half time here after 31 minutes of play. Kilkenny are leading by 115 to 1-2. As we said, good start by Kilkenny. Leah Sutton managed to stem the tide for Kildare. Lucky goal. You know, Kildare, as good, they haven't really shown much in the first half, to be fair, and that's not being disrespectful to them. But on saying that, Kilkenny are not leaving them play either. The backs are on top, and the forward line are working very, very well up there as well.
They certainly are, and even just before that last run of play, we've seen that Sarah Walsh is actually kind of dropping deep into nearly her own half back line, you know, to help out there and pick up the ball in there, you know. And as we said, she may not be on the scoreboard, but by God, is she working extremely hard in there. You know, 3 scores from frees out of 16, while a turnover for Kilkenny. You know, that's excellent work, and I'm sure John and the lads will be absolutely ecstatic about that. Now, second half is coming up. They cannot become complacent. They cannot go to sleep. They need to drive it on now for the first 15 minutes for the first quarter, and then drive it on for the last quarter. But that's going to be something I'm sure the lads will be drilling into them. You know, Kildare, they can be dangerous when they want to be dangerous. With the slight breeze that's in it, it will be in favour of Kildare in the second half. So very, very important that Kilkenny go out with the same attitude that they came out in the first half, and they do it then for the second half as well.
Yeah, it's probably the best half of hurling, camogie, whatever you want to call it, that we've seen from the Kilkenny girls at this level with a very long time. We've watched the league. It was dull, it was dire, and that's been kind even at times. But the league is over. They knuckled down. They've set into the championship. By God, what a first half performance.
Certainly was. And I feel like, you know, with the league, it was probably a lot of maybe kind of seeing new players, seeing what their abilities are like, you know, trial and testing a few positional changes and a few positions for some of the new girls. You know, we've seen, you know, Sarah Crowley featured an awful lot in full forward for the league, and all of a sudden, you know, she's back in centre back against Antrim and now wing back again today. And I feel like it's a position that she's more comfortable with as well. They certainly are a team that's on fire. And you know, they've really upped it, I think, today. And you know, they would have been hurt coming back from Antrim last week. Not easy. 4.5 hours on the bus, come back in a defeat. You know, it probably wasn't the nicest journey home, but you know, they've turned it around. They've readjusted their attitude for today, and you know, great to see some of the younger girls standing up. Tiffy Fitz is absolutely flying
Having
it
an
out
immense
there.
game
It's
there.
like the ball is literally stuck to her hand out there. She's working really, really hard. Sarah Walsh, as we said, is working really hard. Sophie O'Dwyer, you know, she's had 3 from play, 2 from frees, and a 45. And the one thing about Sophie I will say today is she's working it very hard off the ball as well. You know, sometimes Sophie's, because we know exactly what she's like when it comes to taking frees, we know that she is very, very accurate on them, but she's actually working extremely hard off the ball. She's showing for the ball. She's putting herself in the better position, so that's great to see from her as well. And Hannah Scott, 3 points from play and a full forward. She's doing what a full forward needs to do. She's been a target woman in there, and she's working very, very hard. So Kilkenny will be very confident with that first half performance.
Yeah, well, it certainly has been a good first half for the Kilkenny girls, and hopefully Kildare can make a game of it in the second half. We don't want to see this being a damp squib, you know, and Kilkenny running away with it in the end. We'd like competitive games. That's what we like to see. The other match, of course, is almost coming up to half time. It is actually half time, and Cork are leading us 2-8 to 1-11. So a big comeback there by Antrim as well. Only 3 points in it. That's going to throw the group wide open as well. But as it is here in Kildare, it is half time. 1-15 to Kilkenny, 1-2 to Kildare. We're going to take a short break, and we will be back shortly for the second half. And very welcome back here to John Locke Park in Callan for the second half of the All-Ireland Intermediate Championship game here between Kildare and Kilkenny. One change on the Kildare team at half-time. Number 20, Una Delahunt, is coming in to replace Keelan Hallisey in the number 5 position as match referee Alan Doherty gets us back underway here. A good start by Kilkenny as it comes here towards Laura Hegarty. Good stick work there by the Lisdowney player. Seemed that she was tripped going through, and the referee said yes, she was. So there will be a free here to Laura Hegarty and Kilkenny just outside the Kildare 65 metre line. It's in their own side, or their own half of the pitches. Ciara Egan is gone down injured here directly in front of us as well. Laura Hegarty is just nursing an injury after that trip because she was going through. Mikey Dunn, team physio, is just after attending to her, and Sophie O'Dwyer coming out here to take this free. She had a very good half with this 2, 4, 6 points to her name in the first half, and 3 of those I think Anya was only from frees. Was it the 3 that she scored from?
Yeah, she's 2 from frees and 1 from a 45, and one of those frees was from a colossal nearly 60 yards out from her own goal, so she's coming out just slightly in under the distance as well, so I'd say she'll fancy her chances with this as well, with this shot as well.
Well, looking at her here at the minute, she's probably 15 to 20 metres in here from the sideline, directly in front of our commentary position here, as everyone is having a good laugh out there at the minute. The officials are enjoying themselves anyway, why wouldn't they? Sun is still shining here in Callan. It's a fine day here for a match, of course, as we said earlier. Not as hot, but that's good for the players as Sophie O'Dwyer is getting ready to take this. Has she the distance? The answer is yes. Has she the accuracy? Batted out there by the number 2. That was Maria Doyle there, and it's cleared there by Aoife Steins, heading it down here towards Ciara Egan, who was injured there a short time ago. But Ciara Murphy will gather this up very close to the sideline. Seemed like she was fouled as she was coming out, but Alan Doherty letting the play continue as Sarah Crowley switches the play across there over towards Steffi Fitz, and Ciara Phelan is going to get to that ball first. Good reading of the play there by the Dixborough player. She gets it up to Sophie O'Dwyer. Lovely turn by O'Dwyer from James Stevens. She's going through. Can she get the flick away? No, it's good play there by the Kildare backs, and they managed to snuff that chance out there for the Kildare players. That ball is out off a stick though, out over the sideline by Leah Sutton, and it will be a line ball to Kilkenny over at the far side of the field, and Tiffy Fitzgerald is going across over there to take it as Jerry McGough is telling her exactly where she can place the ball, making sure that it's not coming too far in on the pitch. She took a lovely sideline, I should say, in the first half, so let's see if she can repeat that feat, having a little golf-like swing, taking a look at it, and not a good strike as such, but it still might work out there for the Kildare or Kilkenny players. Ciara Phelan again working very hard around the middle of the field, going forward with the ball. Lovely hand pass out the side door there to Sophie O'Dwyer, who's been held, and Sophie is going to be pinned for over carrying there. Good play by the Kildare players. Couldn't really go anywhere, and Sophie couldn't get the ball away any faster.
Yeah, slightly just took a little bit too much out of the ball, but I don't think she had the option. The Kilkenny girls were gone. I suppose they were waiting for the ball to be delivered in. Just unfortunate there, as we see a quick free being taken there. Missed by 2 Kilkenny players, and this could be dangerous for Kilkenny, as we see here Caoimhe Maher is on the way.
There's a free coming here.
Just a foul in there by Sarah Crowley. I suppose, listen, she was gone. They had to do something. We can't fault the Kilkenny defence at all today, and just the 2 of them missed up.
Because in fairness, a little bit of communication. Spud or Ciara could have shouted my ball. There was no shout. The 2 missed it. So I mean, we have to be critical of something. We can't be praising them the whole time. But anyway, it is a free to Kildare down here in front of us, and Leah Sutton has a chance here. She got a goal in the first half to get the first score of the second half here, and to get Kildare's third point of the afternoon, and that's going tailing. Is it just over? Yeah, just inside the left hand post there by Leah Sutton, so she manages to get her score on the scoreboard first in the second half, and a good point there by Kildare as the ball is taken very, very quickly out here to Sarah Crowley. She's sending a high looping Gary Owen type one down towards Sarah Welsh. Can she get on the scoreboard in the second half? She played so well in the first half, setting up a load of scores. Ciara O'Keefe now has it. She has support, but she's going to go all the way. It hits off the crossbar, comes out here to Sophie O'Dwyer, gets the ball back out here towards Danielle Quigley. She's being surrounded, puts the ball out the side door. Ciara O'Keefe sends it in here towards Hannah Scott. Here's a chance. Goal! bang, ball is in the back of the net, well recycled around there by the Kilkenny players, I should say, and Hannah Scott buries it in the back of the net.
Yeah, great score there by Hannah, but very well worked there from Ciara O'Keefe, Sophie. I think most of the forwards were actually, they were in that role of play there, and an excellent score. And that's, I suppose, what Hannah is in there for. She's in there when she gets that ball. She knows that she can be clinical and she can bury it into the back of the net.
And that's a push there on Tiffy Fitz as well, as she was going down to pick up that ball. Sorry, Luke, probably deafened you on that one there, but he won't mind too much. A good goal there by Hannah Scott to increase Kilkenny's lead 2-15 to 1-3 here, and the perfect start for Kilkenny is match referee Alan Doheny is having words there with one of the Kildare players, and as I should say, Owen, I nearly deafened on the far side, not Luke. Poor Luke has the earphones on him as well, so he's only having a chat though. I didn't see any yellow card brandished either.
No.
Owen, yeah, that's the second time he's after having a word with Emer Riley, so ball is sent in from that free. Good thinking there quickly into Danielle Quigley, or Eva Hines I should say, who made way over there. It's a good block down over the far side over there by Eva Steins, but that's a foul, and that's Emer Riley again. That's another push in the back, and the referee is only after having a word with her a short time ago, and technically to the letter of the law, if he's going by the new rules, that should be a yellow card now to the centre back.
It certainly should be. I think she kind of got away with a couple of them there in the first half as well, so he's been very lenient on her here today. I don't know, is he trying to reflect the score, or what could the case may be? But I just see Sophie O'Dwyer standing up to take this, and that's a good score. Yeah.
A very good score there by Sophie O'Dwyer, her first point of the second half, and again it's only 4 points from frees that Kilkenny has scored throughout this game. 2-12 of that 2-16 has come from play. Tanya Johnson getting Kildare back underway again here, as ball will come towards Ciara Phelan, tries to bat the ball out, doesn't work. It'll come here to Emma Quilty. Haven't seen too much of Emmy at all in the first half, and she's trying to get involved more now in the second half. Siobhan Hurley going in, battling away for it. Too many bodies on the floor there, and Alan Doheny is going to throw the ball in between two players because the ball is not coming out fast enough. It's good play there by the Kilkenny players not to let Kildare on the attack and have possession of the ball, as Laura Hegarty is going in there with Siobhan Hurley. It'll squirm out towards the side out here towards Sarah Welsh. Can Sarah get the ball up into her hand and get Kilkenny going on another score? We have another scrum ensuing here in front of us, as Sarah Welsh picked away there by Ciara Egan. Great play there by the Kildare player. There's a chop down then by Ciara Phelan out around the middle of the field, and there will be a chance here for Leah Sutton to come out and get another point for Kildare. She got the first score of the second half, and now she has a chance to get another point on the scoreboard herself. It's just outside the Kilkenny 65-metre line. It's probably a couple of inches past the 65-metre line, so we know that she has the distance. The question is, has she got the accuracy? We will find out in a couple of seconds as she goes through her routine, as she always does. It's going high. Is it going straight? Yes is the answer. That's a very good score there by Leah Sutton. 2 points to her name in the second half, and reduces the lead down 2-16 to 1-4. So good score again by Leah Sutton.
Yeah, good score by her, and I suppose Kildare are very persistent.
Sorry for interrupting you there, Ciara O'Keefe has a chance. Score. That is a fantastic score. Sorry for interrupting you. Ciara put up the hand, plucked that out of the sky and put that ball over the bar. That's a goal and 4 points for the young Ireland player.
Certainly is, and she's really after starting her second half as she started the first half as well, and she's shown a great level of consistency and maturity on the field there as well today, so excellent turnover for Ciara O'Keefe.
When Kildare seems to do one good thing, they seem to take 2 steps back, and anytime they get a score, Kilkenny are motoring on now through. Sophie O'Dwyer gets it here again to Eva Hines, checks her run a small little bit, turns onto her left hand side, puts the ball into space there for Ciara O'Keefe to run onto it. Danielle Quigley coming out as well. O'Keefe has it, she turns. That's another great score there by the Young Ireland's player. Ciara O'Keefe is on fire here this afternoon. That is a goal and 5 points, I should say, or is a goal and 5 points. What a fantastic return by Ciara O'Keefe.
Yeah, absolutely excellent. And just as you said, when Kildare seems to do one good thing right, Kilkenny they seem to take a step back. But I think that's down to Kilkenny's work rate. I feel like when they see Kildare maybe getting a score, getting a good pass to play, they're trying to outdo them constantly, and that's what we want to see. They're hungry, they want to get on the ball, and they want to create more chances. Yeah,
I think they want to prove too that they are able to compete and with this grade, and to go hopefully all the way to an All-Ireland final this year, as ball comes comes out here to Siobhan Hurley. That's looking good from here. It's just inside the right-hand post. A great score there by Siobhan Hurley for her first point from play this afternoon and her second point in total.
Yeah, good score there by Siobhan Hurley, and interesting to see that that's only Kildare's second score from play. Everything else that they've got has come from frees. As you see, good puck out there, and Tiffy Fitz is sauntering up the field and a great ball into Ciara O'Keefe, and what vision to have. And so we see Eva Hines there popping that ball. That's an excellent score. That's absolutely fantastic. What a score. Went from Tiffy to Ciara, looked up, and there was Eva Hines running through. Kilkenny, it's like they're doing it in their leisure now. Everything is coming so easy to them. Excellent score there by Eva Hines, but again Ciara O'Keefe in the middle of it, so brilliant work from
and we
girls.
have a sub 2 for the Kildare team. Number 17 Aoife Fitzgerald is coming on to replace number 10 Caoimhe Marr, so disappointing day there for Caoimhe, but ball is sent down here towards Sarah Crowley, bounces lovely up into the Monkine player's hand. She has support by Ciara Phelan, and Ciara's sending the ball into space as well. Danielle Quigley playing the hurl, which you're allowed to do, as we said earlier, in the Camogie games, and she's checking her run as well, putting a great ball across there to Sophie O'Dwyer. Great catch. Oh, what a fantastic save by Tanya Johnson. The ball was flying in there. Great save there by the Kildare shot stopper, and that saved a certain goal there for Kilkenny. But what vision in the first place by Danielle Quigley to pick out Sophie O'Dwyer. Sophie did everything right, but the Kildare shot stopper pulled off a miraculous save there to keep her team in this game, and Kildare now on the attack again, but it'll come back here to Sarah Crowley, who started that movement off at the beginning, and that's a great ball across here to Tiffy Fitzgerald. She now has it in hand. She has plenty of time to have a look around. Sarah Crowley fumbles it the second time. Now Sarah, here is your chance, putting it in. It's going to drop short in around the house there. Danielle Quigley fighting for it, but Tanya Johnson, I should say, is coming out with the ball, but it's a poor pass out here coming to Ciara O'Keefe. Ciara manages to get the ball, tries to get it into her hand. The second attempt, it doesn't work out. Kildare coming away with the ball, and that is out over the sideline there by the number 20, which we said is Una Delahunt, who came on as a substitution at half time, and it is a Kildare ball because it deflected out off of one of the Kildare or the Kilkenny players, so that was good play there by the Lily White's substitution. Kildare now on the attack, and Siobhan Hurley has come back an awful long way here to take that sideline. She hits it, she missed it, she can't touch the ball again as it comes here, passed back to her. She's on her knees down on the ground. Ball is out over the sideline, and Peter Dowd, the linesman from County Meath, has said that it's going to be a Kildare line ball down in front of us here in the stand side, directly in front of the dugouts. Our view is obscured a small little bit by the dugouts. Luke is able to catch it though for all the viewers at home, and ball is sent across the field here by the number 6, that was Emer Riley. It misplaced though, there was no one from Kildare over there. Well read there by Sarah Crowley. She manages to get it to Tiffy Fitz. Now if Tiffy gets a score from this, it'll cap off a brilliant performance. Is it? But no, just tails off to the left of the post and wide. Unlucky there for the Young Ireland player. It would have been a fantastic score, and what a performance that would have been. Yeah,
it would have been a great score, but it's so encouraging to see the girls actually standing up and taking on these challenges, as well as there's some excellent work there just before that last roll of play regarding the sideline. Laura Herge, she worked so hard to get the hook and the block in there to create to make sure that the ball wasn't coming out easy. So Kilkenny are working just as hard.
Leanne Fenley rolling back the years here. She gathered that ball up here. Here's Danielle Quigley getting away from Una Delahunt. Referee, there's a dirty slap. That's definitely going to be a free anyway. Yeah. That should be a yellow card, in fairness there now, by the match referee. I think it was the number 4, that was Ellen Morgan, who pulled across Danielle Quigley, and she was going through, and there was no attempt to play the ball there whatsoever on you. That has to be a yellow card minimum.
You would imagine that he is going to call the player back, and he doesn't look like is he looking for he certainly is going to have to call the player back there. It was intentional. Danielle was gone through, but Danielle just took the look up as well, see if there was a player in a better position, and this is what Kilkenny are doing. They're hungry. They want to create more goal chances, and that's great to see.
Yeah, well, he's having a word as we take a look at the replay here that Owen is showing us now on the screen, and there was no intention to play the ball. I mean, if he interprets this as a strike, I mean, she could be seeing red for it, but definitely yellow at a minimum, and it is a yellow card there indeed for the number 4, Ellen Morgan, and hopefully Danielle will be okay after that shot as she was going through. But again, good play there by the Kilkenny forwards, and it is another chance here for Sophie O'Dwyer to get a point on the scoreboard again. It's looking good from here. It's straight in and it's straight over the crossbar. So another good score there by the James Stevens player, and it extends her point tally out to 8 points. I think that is now for the afternoon.
Yeah, great score there by Sophie. Yeah, 4 points from frees and 1 from 45, and 3 from play. What a great turnover from her, and an excellent score there to see 220 to 1-5 for Kilkenny. That's a massive score, as you see here. That Kilkenny or that Kildare are on the run with a Derval Byrne there.
Yeah, that's a good score there by Derval Byrne. Yep, she took it all on her own, put the ball in and put it over the bar, and that's the kind of things only that Kildare need to be doing. They need to get the ball into space, running at the Kilkenny defence. We know they can give away frees and put the ball over the bar, but that was a great score.
Yeah, it was a really good score for Kildare and for Derval Byrne. What a catch there by Eva Hines, no fear at all, put it up, and she was come on to the attack. And what's she going to do here?
Do a 1-2.
No, looks like Eva Hines is going.
It's
great
over.
Score, excellent score there by Eva Hines, and that's her 3rd point from play today. And I suppose with an excellent catch like that, it would be only fair for her to get a score out of that herself, as we're looking to come into the water break here. And I suppose I wouldn't be too surprised if we see Kilkenny to make a couple of changes now to get girls a bit of a run out. There's a big match against Cork next week, so maybe they're going to want to give girls a little bit of a break as well, because realistically they need a massive victory here today, and it looks like it's heading that way. But next week they do need a victory against Cork if they want to really and put their stamp on the knockout stages of the qualifiers here now. But every single one of the Kilkenny girls that are out there today can really hold their heads up. They've put their hands up. They've told John and the lads, like, we want a position on this team, and that they've worked very, very hard, and hugely impressed with every single one of the girls out there today.
Yep, we are at the water break here. It is Kilkenny 2-21 to Kildare's 1-6 as we take a look. There's 8 minutes gone in the second half in the other game in this group, and Cork are leading 2-11 to 1-8 in that game. So as Anya said, a massive game between Kilkenny and Cork next weekend, but a good performance here by the Kilkenny girls this afternoon as match referee Alan Doheny has having a word there with his linesman. He's coming over here towards the sideline a small little bit. Don't know why he's having words with it. It's Paddy Nolan that he's actually having words with, and for anyone who has been watching it, Paddy would be one of Alan Legrew's umpires, of course, Alan being from Kildare, and he's pointing out something. We don't know exactly what it is, but we'll keep an eye on that on you for the minute. There's definitely something after happening, because Peter Dowd, the match referee, has been having a chat to Alan Doheny, but we'll keep an eye on it. But Kilkenny, we can see Brendan Cahill down there at the minute. He's having words in the middle of the group. They're telling the players they're going very well. They can't let up though. Keep the work rate up, keep the scores going, don't take the foot off the gas, and continue to do what they're doing.
Yeah, certainly will, and they're going to want to finish out this game very, very strong. They have to produce a full 60 minutes of hurling. We're at a level now where these girls are more than capable of competing in an All-Ireland final. They were disappointed after last week's defeat, and they've really turned the cards around for today, and they're going to want to be going into the Cork game brimming with confidence, knowing that they're able to tally up these scores, and what's more importantly, I think, is the amount of scores that they're after getting from play.
Yeah, we can clear up exactly what happened there. The match referee, he actually booked Una Delahunt, the number 20, by mistake. We knew ourselves there was actually Ellen Morgan that was after committing that foul, so he booked the wrong player, so he was just correcting himself there on the matter of fact. And Kilkenny, we think, has brought on a sub here in front of us.
Yeah, so it looks like Caoimhe Dowling is after coming in for Sarah Crowley. Anya Phelan looks to have come in there for Eva Hines. I have a feeling, it's Eva Hines who's after making way. So Eva Hines and Sarah Crowley making way there, and 2 fantastic games from them there today.
So that's the number 18. That's Anya Phelan is after coming in, and Anya's just after saying the other substitution then was Caoimhe Dowling from the Dixborough club. Caoimhe is number 22. So just having a look there now as the ball was half blocked down there by Sophie O'Dwyer and Hannah Scott, but the full back managed to get the ball away here towards Niamh Leahy. Good interception there by Roisin Phelan. In fairness, the Connacht player hasn't had much to do at all in the first half. The only real blip on that card at the minute was the goal that Leah Sutton managed to get in the first half, but Sarah Welsh Welsh putting herself in there and disrupting the passage of play there as well. So too is Ciara Phelan, fighting very, very hard. Anya Phelan, just after coming in from the Kilmacow club there down in the south of Kilkenny, and fighting away too for it is Ciara O'Keefe. She won't want to come off 1-5 on the scoreboard, but Emer Riley is coming away with that and trying to get Kildare going again. It's batted out there by Roisin Phelan. It'll come here to Anya Conway, who has ball in hand, tries to get the ball out here to Leah Sutton. Leah manages to put the ball up, but there's nobody up in the full forward line there, and an easy one there for Roisin Phelan to deal with, but she puts a wayward pass out here to Leah Sutton, who was all on her own at the far side of it. That's a foul. Tiffy Fitz had the hurl in around the shoulder, and it's an easy decision there for Alan Doherty, match referee, to give the free to Kildare. Leah Sutton getting on with it very quickly. Ciara Phelan though read that interception and where that ball was going as she gets the ball out here to Sarah Welsh, and I still feel sorry for Sarah because she's working tirelessly. She's now on a solo run. She's going up the field with a good passage of play there by Niamh Hegarty. She got the hurl in and managed to dispossess the Thomastown player, and Kildare now on the attack again, putting it up there towards Anya Conway, but Roisin Phelan again is there to deal with it and gets a lovely pass along the ground to Tiffy Fitz, who's going to switch the play and put it up here to Ciara O'Keefe, who has a great hand on her. What a catch there by Ciara O'Keefe. She's now going forward. She has a chance to put it over, but that's going to tail off to the left and wide, and probably the only blot on her scorecard for the afternoon is that shot, because she had players around her. She's full of confidence, but realistically we could have had another score off that.
Yeah, but I think we can forgive her for that one. She's after putting in a serious shift there. She's probably rattling her own. She's probably rattling her own head as to why, a great catch out there, and probably could have been potentially one of the easiest scores she did get off the day. But yeah, I think Kilkenny are just kind of maybe going through the motions here now. At the moment, they're just going to see out the last 15 minutes. I have a feeling Kilkenny would probably make another one or two substitutions. It does look like Roisin O'Keefe is warming up on the sideline there as well. So interesting to see, will she make an appearance? To see Danielle Quigley is on the ball, and I'd love to see Danielle getting another score because she's working tirelessly.
She has there. Laura Hegarty up and support. We knew where that was going, but it was read there by Aoife Steins, and we can hear the moans in the crowd here as everyone else knew where that was going to go if that ball had to go to hand as well. Roisin Phelan fumbling with it, but manages to get it on the third attempt and puts it to Tiffy Fitz, who has all the space and time in the world to have a look up and send the ball down here to Laura Hegarty, who was off again. She's been fouled. Advantage is coming. She can't get the ball away to Ciara O'Keefe, who was off her shoulder, and again there will be a free in to the Kilkenny girls just inside the Kildare 45-metre line, and another chance for Sophie O'Dwyer to come up and to extend her scoring tally today, as it currently stands at 8 points, and this is a chance for 9 points. And we're just taking a look here now. There's 2 substitutions down in front of us. We'll bring you those very, very shortly, as Sophie O'Dwyer getting ready to put the ball in, and that is her 9th point of the afternoon. A good score there and a good tally there by the James Stephens player, as Therese Donnelly and Roisin O'Keefe are going to come in, and Hannah Scott is coming off, so we're going to put Therese Donnelly in full forward. Well, we are anyway. Whether that's where she's going to go is a different thing.
Yeah, it looks like Roisin O'Keefe is going into full forward instead of Hannah, and Therese Donnelly is going into corner forward instead of Sophie O'Dwyer. So an excellent turnover there for James Stephens today, with 1, 2, 3 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
9
11,
and 3
12.
is 12.
1-12 for the village there. So John will be delighted with that scoreline today.
And Ciara Phelan still working very, very well as she tries to get the ball out here to Anya Phelan, who puts it out here to Sarah Welsh, who pops it out the side door there to Laura Hegarty, who sends a wayward pass again here to Sarah Welsh. Sarah does very, very well, but so too does Aoife Fitzgerald, who came on. Ciara Phelan has ball, gets it away to Cueva Dowling. Cueva switches the play brilliantly. Oh, that's trouble. Eva Hines is limping, or is that Danielle Quigley?
Therese Donnelly, who's only after coming onto the field to play there. She looks like she's limping.
She's limping very, very badly.
Yeah.
That's Tiffy Fitz. That's going in, and that's her 2nd wide of the afternoon. But worrying signs there for Kilkenny. Therese Donnelly was only after coming on the field to play, and she may now have to come off again very, very quickly. So that'll be disappointing, as we have multitudes of substitutions for Kildare coming on. That is the number 19, the number 22 and the number 23. So The number 19 is Kelly Perkins, number 22 is Ciara McAndrews, and number 23 is Hannah Goodfella. So you might just take a passage of play there on that one, just while we write down these substitutions.
Yeah, and number 8 there, Anya Conway is making way, but I see the ball is poked out here. Laura Hegarty is getting on the ball and she's driving forward. Great hand pass out to Sarah Walsh. Sarah's going to deliver that ball into Trace Donnelly, who's still going, even though she's hobbling, with a great delivery in here to Danielle Quigley. Danielle should get on the ball there. She should take on her player, and she's gone. She's hitting near the 21-yard line, and she's just taking a side step inside. She can't catch that ball again. Good distribution. Just intercepted there by the Kildare team as the ball is plugged out here again, and no one other than Siobhan Hurley distributing that ball into her full forward line. But it'll be Roisin Phelan, who's probably got on more ball in this quarter than she had throughout the entire game. Delivers the ball there to Leanne Fennelly
and puts a good ball up here to Trace Donnelly, who is still hobbling a fraction as there's a substitution going to happen down in front of us, and I would imagine that is for Therese Donnelly as Niamh Leahy puts that ball in there. Can Roisin get a flick onto it? No, it's good play there by the Kildare number 1, that's Tanya Johnson. Ball is out and it's over at the far side of the field, and there is now a substitution. That is Tara Ronan, the number 29, who is coming on, and I have a feeling that it's going to be for poor Therese Donnelly, who just happened to be brought on as a substitution, and whatever happened out on the field, she's definitely hobbling all right. So yeah, there is a substitution, so that is Tara Ronan that's after coming on there now. So disappointing end to the day for Therese Donnelly, but let's see if we can get Tara going. Of course, her sister Lauren was playing in the under-16 final going back a couple of weeks ago. That looks like there's a foul there. There is indeed, as the match referee Alan Doheny gives the free to Ciara Phelan on the 20-metre line, as round of applause is coming here for Therese Donnelly. She's disheartened, I suppose is the word you could call on you. It is for a player like to come on as a substitute, see what you can do, especially with the score as it is. Put your name down for a starting spot for the next day, and a couple of minutes in you have to come off.
I know, devastating for her, and such a young player as well, and this is probably the first thing that this has probably maybe happened to her as well. But it just looked like when the ball was delivered over to her end, it's whatever way she turned, I don't know, was it her ankle or was it maybe her hamstring or something, but she looks to be in serious pain, but she's in good hands now. The lads will look out for her, but devastating for her, and I'm sure she would have really wanted to make an impact. She started the last day unlucky, probably maybe not to start today, but she'll be disappointed with that. But nonetheless, Kilkenny have Tara Ronan in instead of her. As we see Caoimhe Dowling getting on the ball there, great pass over to Ciara O'Keefe.
That's
as we
Anya
see her
Phelan,
Anya Phelan getting on that ball, that'll be a good score if that goes over. Wide ball there.
And that is now Kilkenny's 12th wide of the match, Anya. So while they have good things going, John will not be happy with 12 wides either.
No, he certainly won't. That's 12 chances that they could have had to really kind of, push the boat out. And we've often seen in the last couple of years that, the intermediate championship has come down to score difference, and we don't want to be looking back on a game like this that we didn't take the opportunities when they arose. But some great defending here by Tiffy Fitz. But 1-2 back to Ciara Murphy there as Tiffy is driving out that ball, and she'll deliver a good ball in there to the waiting hands of Anya Phelan, who has got on a good bit of ball since she's been introduced here.
Got lucky away with that. Now here's a chance for Ciara, has players inside her, manages to come around on her right hand side, and without even thinking about it, puts the ball in, puts the ball over the bar. 1-6 return for the Young Ireland's player. I will say that again, 1-6 for Ciara O'Keefe, and the match is still not over yet. It's a great return on you.
Absolutely phenomenal for her. She just is in the right place at the right time all the time. She's not afraid to get in there. She's tackling, she's harassing, she's working really, really hard. So well done to Ciara. That's a great turnover for her.
Very, very hard out around the middle of the field is Ciara Phelan. She's
absolutely
an awful lot of ball and distributing the ball very well, as comes up here towards Danielle Quigley, but Danielle is holding the player back, and there will be a free out to Kildare just inside their 45-metre line, and Una Delahunt taking it very, very quickly and utilising the new rule. But Caoimhe Dowling is there to disrupt that. Laura Hegarty manages to get it in, kicks it out the side door. It'll bounce off Niamh Leahy. It's pulled along the ground, comes back here to the Kildare players. That's number 22, that's Ciara McAndrews, who was brought on as a substitution a short time ago, and the ball is deflected out, I think. Yes, Jerry is over there at the far side of the field. That's Jerry McGoffin. He says that it's going to be a line ball to Kildare over there just inside the Kilkenny 45-metre line, as we're looking. And Cork are after extending their lead now as well to 9 points at the water break. It's 2-14 to 1-8. So if Antrim have any aspirations of topping that group, they have a long way to come back in that one on you. But Kilkenny going very, very well here in this game. We are on 26 minutes of play gone here. That is a fantastic sideline ball across there to the Kildare players, but that's dropped short there by Ciara Egan there, and manages to come away here with
look
Ciara
who's down in
O'Keefe,
their own near half back line. Ciara O'Keefe again, like, you know, what a work rate she has. See Anya Phelan is getting on the ball here. She's delivering that ball straight into Tara Ronan. Tara Ronan out in front of her player, just tackling there on the ball with Maria Doyle from the Naas Club, and she has the ball, and she has Anya Phelan running off the shoulder. Anya Phelan, great ball. Oh, interception there by Aoife Steins, who just has been sitting back there as a sweeper for Kildare throughout this whole game, and a good pass.
There's some force of force that is trying to stop Sarah Welch from getting the ball, to put the ball over the bar and get her name on the scoreboard, which her performance today richly deserves. But that's great play back there by Roisin Phelan, as Anya said, probably been on more ball in this half as she has during the whole of the match, and that's great credit due to the work rate that's going on out around the middle of the field and the forward line. But Kildare are not giving up. They have a free coming here. That is Dervla Byrne, who was trying to grab the game by the scruff of the neck herself. She got a lovely score there a short time ago as well. But of course, she can't do it all on her own. She needs help, and Leah Sutton, who has 2 points in the second half as well, 2 points from frees, will have this chance. Out around the middle is Emer. Riley is down just in front of us here, getting some treatment from the team physio. That's Peter Graham that's out there with her, and hopefully Emer will be okay and be able to continue on as we're heading in towards not too long to go now on you. 3 minutes. Good lead for Kilkenny. Good overall performance. Kildare have battled hard, in fairness to them. They haven't given up. Dervla Byrne has shown very well. Leah Sutton has got a couple of scores as well. Got that goal as well. You know, but overall it'll be a disappointing day for the Kildare management.
Yeah, I feel like Kildare would be very disappointed. You know, they would have had some hopes of kind of, you know, coming down here and at least competing in today's game. But I feel like Kilkenny, just their attitude from the get-go was phenomenal. And I feel like when they just came out of the blocks that there was no stopping them. 1 to 15 have excelled throughout. You know, we've mentioned Ciara O'Keefe there, 1-6 from such a young player, only after coming up through the minor ranks from last year, has been phenomenal. And, you know, I suppose what's kind of, you know, coming to mind for me is like Kilkenny have scored 5 points from free and 1 from 45 out of 25 shots scored. You know, only 6 of them have come from frees, which is phenomenal turnover from play, because I suppose throughout the league we were kind of more or less dependent on frees, but you know, excellent.
That was Kildare's first wide from play in the whole of the match there.
Yeah, first wide from play, and we're nearly 55 minutes into the game. As you see, Anya Phelan is getting on the ball here with a good delivery over towards Tara Ronan. Tara Ronan's grabbing that ball out of the air. Good little turn, and she'll fancy taking a shot here, and that'll be a lovely score for Tara Ronan if that goes over the bar. And as always, great score there from Tara Ronan. And, you know, she'll be delighted to get her score on the board as well, especially coming up to a Cork game. You know, there's 15 jerseys up for grabs for the starting 15, and she'll surely want to be getting into one of those.
Perfect. Thanks for that, Owen. We're back up and running again with technology. Of course, everything is battery powered these days, so Owen always has plenty on hand to be able to get us back up and going. And a lovely score there, as Anya said, by Tara Ronan, as we are now slipping into the additional time here in John Locke Park in Callan. A very good performance here by the Kilkenny intermediate team. All round game is still not over here, as Leanne Fenley is trying to take that over there. Ciara McAndrews wins possession of the ball, half blocked down, tries to get it across here to Emer Riley. Cueva Dowling is back there. Niamh Lahey is after moving out from her cornerback position out around the middle of the field as well. I suppose she wasn't getting too much in there in the second half. Good play there by the Kildare players as the ball manages to come here to Dervla Byrne again. She's winding up, she's sending it in, but it's nowhere near the goal, unfortunately for Dervla, and that is Kildare's second wide only of the match. And we are almost into additional time here, which we are in additional time right now. It all depends now what Alan Dohney, our referee from Laois, is going to add on, but the ball is sent out here from Sinead Farrell, who had very little to do apart from pick the ball out of the net for that goal that deceived herself and the defence in the first half. And Kildare still battling on as Ciara Murphy comes in with tries to get the block in there on Emer Riley, and good stick work there by Roisin Phelan dealing with it. Will it go out over the sideline? Ciara Phelan doesn't manage to keep the ball in play, and there will be a sideline ball to Kildare between the 20 and the 45 metre line on the stand side of the field here, directly on our side, as Ciara Egan is getting ready to take it, puts it across field over towards Leah Sutton. That's a lovely ball across here to the Kildare players, but Niamh Leahy managed to get a great block in there, and the ball will come to Tiffy Fitz. Tiffy getting the girls underway again. Anya Fielding putting up that big left hand, trying to catch the ball as she has it, gets it out the back door to Caoimhe Dowling, puts the ball along up towards here, Danielle Quigley here. Great catch there by Quigley. She's been told to take a run. She's taken the players on. Emer Riley putting in a tackle there and manages to dispossess the O'Loughlin Gales player, and she gets the ball out here again that was Aoife Steins, getting it back to Emer, putting it down here towards Ciara Egan, fighting very, very hard for it. Two Kilkenny players are battling. That's going to be a foul. There's a free there for a pullback on Ciara Egan by Ciara Phelan. The two Ciaras tangling with one another, and the resulting free will be to Kildare just outside the 20 metre line as we are heading in for over 2 minutes of additional time. Siobhan Hurley putting that in and putting it over the bar. That's another point from the Kildare player, 3 points in total, as Alan Dohney from Laois is, I think, calling for the ball. He is indeed. It is full time here in John Locke Park in Callan, and it is 2:24 to 1-7, a final score for Kilkenny. And overall, Anya, Kilkenny were the better team this afternoon. They worked very, very hard. Kildare tried, didn't really work out for them on the day. They'll be disappointed going home, but Kilkenny will be very happy with that performance.
They certainly will, and just, speaking to John before it, they needed a good start because they needed a good boost in confidence, and they've certainly got that. 2:24, what a scoreline to rally up there. Absolutely phenomenal, and delighted to see that the majority of them coming from play, as they mentioned earlier on.
2:19 from play.
Yeah, that's absolutely excellent. What a turnover there, and every single one of the girls stood out. I suppose the half back line, Sarah Crowley, Leanne Fennelly, Tiffy Fitz, they just stood up so tall, especially in the first half. There was nothing going to get through them. Laura Hegarty and Ciara Phelan working extremely hard there in midfield, really got on a lot of ball, distributed a lot of ball. Ciara O'Keefe, I think, is probably going to be the talk of the show here. 1-6 from play, absolutely phenomenal work from her, just excellent. Sophie O'Dwyer, which I am extremely impressed with. 6 points from 5 from frees, 1 from 45 and 3 from play, but her work rate off the ball says a lot. As a corner forward, she was getting in there, she was trying to hook and she was trying to block, and she was making life very difficult for them. Hannah Scott with a goal and 3, Eva Hines with 3 points. Sarah Walsh may not have gone on the scoreboard, but as we've mentioned throughout this whole commentary, her work rate. Yeah, her work rate. At one stage she was between her half back line and her own full back line. Just trying to win that ball back, and trying to defend really hard for Kilkenny and make sure that Kildare weren't going to get the scores. So overall, an excellent game from Kilkenny, and they should be absolutely delighted with themselves. But they can enjoy this for today, but they need to come back down to reality now. Tomorrow, huge task against Cork next weekend, which could potentially be the deciding factor of whether they're going to get to a knockout stage or not. So they really need to keep composed in their build up to next week's game, and not let this performance go ahead. But great to have such a performance like it to give them that extra boost of confidence, to let them know that they have the ability to compete with any team. But a bit of shock to reality now. Next week is coming, and it's coming fast, and Cork will want to be top in the group because they're looking like they're coasting there against Antrim. Yeah,
well, it won't be an easy game, that's for sure. We're going to pause just for a moment. We're going to see if we can get an interview with John Scott and maybe with Ciara O'Keefe if we can. So Owen is just going to do his little thingy-majig here that he has to do, and we're going to see if we can get John and Ciara up here for a quick interview. So bear with us, and we will be back very soon. Ciara O'Keefe, you're just after finishing the intermediate championship game there against Kildare. 224 to 1-7 victory. You must be happy overall with the team's performance.
Yeah, it was a great game there today. We were under pressure after losing to Antrim there last week by 4 points, so we were on the back foot coming in, and it was a must-win game today, so just delighted with the outcome.
The work rate today of all the team was far improved than what it has been in the last number of weeks. You must have been training very, very hard, but it showed the camaraderie that was there as well. And your own performance as well. You must be happy 1-6 coming away after a game. You must be delighted with it.
Just to get the win in the end now is the main thing. We were disappointed after last week. Just we knew we had a lot more in us, and it just slipped away from us with a last-minute goal at the end of the game. So just today we had to go out and show our true colours and show what we were made of, and it showed today with the win.
Yeah, I heard John and Pat saying they're very happy with the performance overall, especially with the whole team. Cork now next weekend, must-win game for you. You must be looking forward to, but it won't be an easy one.
No, it won't be an easy one. Cork are never an easy game. We would have played them up the ranks through at minor a couple of years ago, and they're always a good team. They're running game. They just run and run and run. So we just have to be ready for them next week, and it's a must-win game again.
And you must be looking forward to it.
Yeah, really looking forward to it now.
You'll take another 1-6 next weekend as well.
I don't know about that, we'll see.
Oh well, it was a great performance today anyway. 1-6 in total, all from play. Fantastic achievement for yourself. Making the club proud, so
Thank you.
Well done.
Thanks.
Kenny in this afternoon's intermediate All-Ireland Championship game. 224 to 1-7 victory. 219 of that coming from play. A great achievement all round. And star player of the afternoon being Ciara O'Keefe from the Young Ireland's club in Gordon. My thanks to everyone, especially to Luke and Owen up there in behind the scenes as well, keeping us all happy. To my co-commentator Anya for all her hard work, who's now coming in to me. Come on, we give the final word to yourself. You'll have to grab the mic with social distancing and all that. So we were just saying 219 from play, 224 overall. Good performance by Kilkenny. They'll be happy.
Yeah, very good performance by Kilkenny, and certainly will be happy going into the Cork game next week. They really needed a good positive performance today, and that will give the girls a lot of confidence. I know I've mentioned it throughout the commentary already, but I think, as you said, 219 from play is a phenomenal turnover, and great to see some bright new stars coming up and getting into four, and great to see that the lads were able to get a good few girls from the bench onto the game of play today. Their main focus will have to turn to Cork now next weekend if they want any ambition of qualifying for the knockout stages, so that'll be a huge game for them, and I'm sure we've seen what they can do today, and I'm sure they've absolutely no chance. Like the next week they will go out and they'll give them their all.
If they play like they did today, they can certainly give it up to anybody, in that they could go all the way and win the All-Ireland again like they done in 2016, but consistency is the key, and they're going to have to perform next week like they done today. As you say, Cork is not going to be easy, but they are beatable.
Certainly not, and Cork have always produced a really strong intermediate team every year, year after year after year. They're always thereabouts between All-Ireland finals and All-Ireland semi-finals. But you know what, the one thing about Kilkenny is, like, I feel like, and I say it with the seniors as well, I feel like when they come up to the bigger the opponent, the better they play nearly. It kind of brings out the best in them. You have to remember, like, Kilkenny haven't got out of the group stages at intermediate level. On the last time was 2016 when they went on to win the All-Ireland. They've been very unlucky in, we'll say, 2018, 2019, where score difference, by a point or two was the reason why they didn't get out of the group. So John and the lads are going to want to make a stamp on that. There's a lot of girls that are coming to and fro between the senior panel, so that's going to only make them stronger. So they really are going to want to get out of the group stages, and especially with a quarter final, being introduced into intermediate this year, there's absolutely, there's nothing saying that they can't do it. And I feel like if they get the they go draw in a quarter final, Kilkenny won't be stopped in an All-Ireland semi-final or final.
It certainly is a great incentive. Well, we've certainly enjoyed the game here this afternoon, lads. We're going to wrap it up here from John Locke Park in Callan. It is a good day for the Kilkenny girls, winning here by 224 to 1 goal and 7 points. We look forward to the Cork game next weekend.
Thank you.